Welcome to the USA, the Golden State. The bright lights, the dreamers, the drama, the romance, the deep roots, the city of angels. But they are not the only ones who can fly.
It now comes to medal time. Bronze. It's Australia, number 7 in the world, against New Zealand, number 1. And there's last few matches here. They met in Sydney for the 5th place clash. New Zealand beat Australia 24 points to 7 in that encounter. 17 points up for grabs on the HSBC World Rugby Sevens series. Here are the two sides, and none better to talk through this than the Quackerburger to my right.
Thanks very much, Dallin. And this New Zealand team through Clark Laidlaw, well, he's gone with a young lineup for this one, giving some much-needed game experience for the likes of Amanaki Nicole, Warbrook and Rockily Saw and Caleb Clark. And well, in that last semi-final, cup semi-final for New Zealand, they didn't really get into a rhythm, so a huge opportunity for them. Australia, well, they were absolutely obliterated by Fiji. I don't think anyone would have beaten Fiji in that semi-final, but they've been sharp up until then. I think this is going to be a close one.
We're in the City of Angels as the two sides get ready to come out here at the HSBC LA Sevens. Over 30,000 across the two. Oh, look at that!
Well, if you're going to get on number 1 field, why not show some razzmatazz as we see how New Zealand have gotten there so far. 1-4 in a row, then lost their cup semi-final and a thriller against South Africa. But geez Louise, I can't wait for this. That's going to be the start by the ball boy.
Yeah, meanwhile, their counterparts Australia, they started strong also. 4-0, took out Ireland 29-0, but then lost to Fiji 43-7. The flying Fijians were just unbelievable.
We all like a bit of a dance, and oh my goodness, wave to the crowd, mum and dad, you bet, yeah, why not?
He's as impressive as the action. Our referee, Matt Rodden from Hong Kong. 100 games. Congratulations to referee Rodden. Thumbs up to you. Back to you, my friend. Here we go. Australia kicking off to New Zealand. The two rivals go head-to-head for bronze here at the HSBC LA Sevens here in Southern California. Early possession for New Zealand. And Nana Satoro goes into the contact, 20 years of age. That next generation of players, big step upfield. Rockalasoa. Nicole in that ruck time, Australia countering in, but they lose their feet.
I really like what I've seen from Rockily Saw when he's come onto the field. He's added a bit of starch to this New Zealand team. Every side needs that, and Andrew Newstubb, well, he's going to be a much-needed general for New Zealand in this one.
Newstubb, a pest for opposition defenders. Goes across to the right. Rockalasoa lets it go early. Another big step, and this time it comes from Nana Satoro, busting free. And this kid can jam. Iteni Nana Satoro opens Australia up and gets the first 5.
One of the young prospects coming out in New Zealand since high school a couple seasons ago. Look at him here. This is man on man. There's 3 defenders actually across for Australia, but it doesn't matter for Nana Satoro. He just goes straight through, and he has got some wheels to finish as well. Iteni Nana Satoro.
Played in the Under-20 World Rugby Championship last year in Argentina. He's here on the big stage. He's try-converted, 7-0. They lead. The young crop doing well so far. Newstubb, top point scorer in the 2019 series. Goes high down the middle. Sits up for Australia. Touch there from the captain, Nick Malouf. And now they go to Josh Turner, the 13th player, activated. Big step from Maloof in midfield, gets the offload, support runners are there. Great play from Australia as they cut up the middle. Joe Pincus, cut down.
Clear release. Clear release. Hands on the floor.
Oh, it's a nice break. Good manipulation in the middle of their park too. Look at this distribution from Australia. Caleb Clark had numbers. He was waiting on the wing, but only just does he get Pincus.
Louis Holland, 2 tries against Ireland. Throws a couple of dummies. Then comes down here to Lockie Miller. Reverses direction. Hutchinson. Henry Hutchinson goes on a jaunt on that far side. Passes just don't stick.
That's probably the first mistake that Rod Davies has done all weekend. He's been pretty good off the bench. He gets the start in this one. Been electric. The late switch, he just took his eye off the ball just a little bit. There's a little bit of a hole too in New Zealand's defence. Look at that 1v7. Hasn't really stuck to that script. Australia have played excellent in Los Angeles.
Crouch.
They really have. The other teams looking for extra points. So Fiji and South Africa up next in our cup final. A repeat of the Sydney final. New Zealand up by 7. 3.5 to play in the first half. Nana Satoro. Oh, it doesn't need the step. He got the bump on. A couple of players needed to bring him down. Advantage for the high shot. Tony Nashu. Nashu wriggles out of a couple. Tony Nashu. The offload and support runners are there. Akula Rakalasoa will get New Zealand's second try. Oh, and he's got the moves as well. Where's the ball boy? Get him out as well.
Tony Nashu. The physicality, brushes off one defender. He's just so strong. In some great form as Tony Nashu. Again with the chest pass and Rockley Saw. Let's see it. Enjoy your time in the sun. Oh yeah, you betcha. Why not?
Kick successful, 14-0, and they're having fun, the young kids.
Is that a running man or a moonwalk? I'm not quite sure. The Signet pressure play, 3 passes at all. It took 2 defenders were run over by Nashu.
Australia, no answer yet in this game. How does this one sit for Maloof? He's taken possession and taken out himself. To the left they go. Miller to Holland, gets it back. Good little step from Miller. It's been quality. The switch to Hutchinson. Henry Hutchinson outside the 22. Josh Turner providing the link for Australia. Good whipping pass to Maloof. Maloof can't skip on the outside. Davies is with him. Australia recycle. Tim Walsh, the head coach, hopefully be smiling soon with his side. They need to get on the board in the last 2 of the first half. Big step. Davies fires it across again. Now it's Holland. Louis Holland. Hutchinson again. Quality switch. Hutchinson. The chasers are coming. Hutchinson. Beautiful tackle on Henry. Penalty though goes with Australia. The big fan. Then the big smash on Turner.
Well, no way Davies is on his feet at this ruck. No way at all. He's holding his body weight. New Zealand unlucky there at the breakdown, but a great chase by Caleb Clark. Again, the second time in this contest.
And you're not back 10, yellow card.
Well, he's given him a yellow card. Here's the initial break with the late switch on Louis Holland and Hutchinson.
Marks up here if you want it.
But it'll be the ruck, the defining moment for mine. Caleb Clark effects a beautiful tackle just here. Is he holding his feet? I don't think so. He's flopped right over that.
Australia have possession. Big step and they go through. Lockie Miller gets the try. Australia strike right back with a man in the sin bin.
Well, he's been the guy to get the impetus going for his country all weekend long. Lockie Miller really has been his breakout tournament for mine. So strong. very good feet and tough to defend.
Lockie Miller from the New South Wales region. Holland adds the extras, 14-7. Final play of the first half, still 7 players against 6.
And what a time to bring on the likes of Maurice Longbottom. He is electric as well. When you've only got 6 defenders, it's going to be tough right here for New Zealand.
That is Clark in the sin bin. An error from Longbottom.
It's a hard one for him because he's come off the bench cold. I think you can use Louis Holland, who's been on the field for the whole time, because he's in the rhythm of the game to take that kick off. So New Zealand here, just slow it right down and try and hold position.
You're spot on, KT. 7 points the difference for New Zealand. New stump. Only 5 players with him. Roka Lasoa goes over the top. Ball down there to Warbrick. William Warbrick throws it back to Nana Satoro. Ooh, wobbly little pass. But it comes in the hands of Nashu. Tony Nashu. Still holds strong. By time as Malouf, though, comes in. Huge hit. Hutchinson picks us up. Henry Hutchinson. Hutchinson brought down by Roka Lasoa. High tackle is the call. Australia knocking on the door of their neighbours. Longbottom. He gets through. Impact from Maurice Longbottom.
Again, the ruck, they have questions on whether it was legal at the breakdown.
Played advantage.
The pick up here from Henry Hutchinson, supreme. Roka Lasoa tries to stop him and gets him round across the shoulder near carrier. But the damage has been done for New Zealand. 2 tries while Caleb Clark's been off the field.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's a good contest.
Longbottom underneath the uprights. That takes us to half-time. It's locked at 14 apiece between Australia and New Zealand. Stop 5 of 10 on the HSBC Los Angeles Sevens.
Australia, you good?
14 points apiece. And a bronze medal on the line between New Zealand and Australia here in Southern California at the Dignity Health Sports Park. Ball sits up here for New Zealand. They've knocked it on, though. Time to bring in Carl Tanana, former New Zealand Sevens captain. I'm Dylan Stanford. KT, your thoughts on that first 7?
When New Zealand at the start of that first half really controlled possession and pace of the game, Australia did a good job in the back end of that first 7 minutes to come back into the game while New Zealand were down to 6 men and get the 2 tries, which is normally what you want. A try each minute, and they did that perfectly to work their way back into this game.
Crouch. Bind.
Maurice Longbottom, immediate impact for him, getting on the scoreboard.
Really.
Scored a couple against Ireland, one against Scotland as well.
Behind the scrum, not beside it, behind.
Referee
No
Matt
stability
Rodden
for
from Hong Kong in his 100th match says not on the mark.
Let's go. Over here, over here.
Louis Holland. 52 tournaments, joins Ed Jenkins, Australia's most capped player on the series. Longbottom turns it to Hutchinson. They go up to Miller, full of steps. Flings it back to Henry Hutchinson. Turner now looking for some space. Malouf in a little bit of real estate. Australia look to attack on that right-hand side. Strong tackle coming in on Joe Pincus. Longbottom, the big jump. Cuts against Nashu. Still keeping possession well, Australia with Josh Turner. Ball sits down and it's gone forward. Lucky for New Zealand.
Yeah, good scramble defence here from Amanaki Nicole, working hard in the middle of the park. Australia dominating passes at the moment. It's a big reason why they've been able to scrape their way back into this bronze medal match.
One, sub. One.
Passes 37 for Australia, New Zealand only 17. That was right at the start of the first half, Dylan, so it's been a long time since I've had ball in hand on attack.
Momentum with Australia. But Tim Mickelson takes centre stage in his 90th tournament. Fiji v South Africa up next in the cup final.
Crouch.
New Zealand first on the series.
Bind.
Australia 7th. New Zealand knocked out by South Africa 17-0 in the semi-finals. Fiji demolished Australia 43-7. This kick over the top here to Caleb Clark. Clark bounces back and then into his own man, still going. Pinball, Clark gets dumped down and that'll be yellow.
Dangerous tackle above the horizontal.
See, it's above the horizontal. This is Lockie Miller, the playmaker, try scorer for Australia. Now, does he go past the 90 degrees? Oh, man, I don't think he does.
Dangerous tackle.
Down to 6. It's time for Australia to regroup as Nashu has Mickelson on the loop. Tim Mickelson brought down by Malouf. Rokalasoa to midfield. Nana Satoro as Rokalasoa. Those are the steps we saw after he scored earlier.
Release.
He's hit by Holland.
Go back.
Mugabe Black on the field wearing 10. Nashu steps off his left. Gets the offload away beautifully. And the pass there from Warbrick finds the man that's just come on, Timmy Mickelson.
Well, like Australia did in the first half, getting early points with a one-man advantage. So do New Zealand. Well worked by them. Ultra experience is Timmy Mickelson. This is what Tony Nashu loves to do. Create contact and then offload in traffic, and it leaves a one-man advantage on the outside for NZ. And the co-cap puts it down.
Next time you're on the way, it's a free kick.
New Zealand break the deadlock here in the second half. Narohi Mugabe Black, the 23-year-old from the Bay of Plenty region. It's a beauty. 21 points to 14, and that's Tim Mickelson. Top 3 all-time tries.
Pretty exclusive group. Current Argentinian coach Santo Gomez Cora there, the first one to 200 ever.
Also overtaking Sibela Sanatla from South Africa, who's watching while playing some Super Rugby. Australia still with 6 on the field. Big dummy. Barreling into the contact. Aussie Sevens. Flick it away there with Stuart Dunbar. Longbottom comes back. Finds Pincus. Good switch back into Peach. Dylan Peach on the field.
Aye, just a penalty.
Longbottom goes quickly. Bumps into Mickelson, uses him a bit of a shield.
Play on, he's gone.
Mickelson comes back. Has he lost that forward? No, it's play on. Throws it over the top, and in the end, it's the captain. Ranging up on the outside. Nick Malouf. Malouf, it's number 10 on 10. Malouf's going to win the race. Australia strike, and they're right back in this.
Well, here's the play from Longbottom. Geez, huge question marks on that. But what about Malouf, the captain? He shows some out-and-out pace. It is Ngārohi Magabi Black, who's pretty quick.
Conversion to level things from Maurice Longbottom. Goes to the side, 21-19. They'll be back to the full 7, and a minute and a half to go.
Looks like he's coming from the field too. This is big for the Australians. I'd try and keep Nick Malouf on with a minute and a half left in your tournament. Valuable points on offer.
So what does Timmy Welsh, the head coach, have in store for us? This one, beautiful restart from Australia. Hutchinson has it. They're down by 2 into the final minute. It comes across here to Miller. Lockie Miller turns it to Peach. Peach into 2 black jerseys. One of them's Molea. Good ball there. Still the Aussie Sevens. Turner tries to free up on that far side. It's Joe Pincus. Australia, 45 seconds to go. Miller slips but still gets the ball away to Longbottom. Maurice Longbottom, so exciting to watch. Has Hutchinson in a bit of space. Miller again. In fact, that's Pincus.
2 entry.
Might have been Dunbar. All looking very short style haircuts. Longbottom. 20 seconds to go. Maurice Longbottom. Molea has him. 21-19 the score for bronze medal, and New Zealand get over this.
Well, there it is there. Shawnee Molea onto the field for only seconds, but that's the biggest impact in this tournament for him to ice this game.
Magabi Black puts it into the stands, and New Zealand hold on to defeat Australia in the bronze medal match by 21-19.
Thank you very much, Dallin Sanford. Yep, we are in the final stages of preparation here for the final game of the weekend, and this is the road to the final that both Fiji and South Africa set out along at the beginning of the weekend. Can't reinforce enough how big a result that was last night against Ireland, the final game of the day, and it took the captain, Stephen Hans, a touch of heroics deep in injury time to force that draw and finish top of the pool. Both sides far too good on the way through their quarters and their semis. Jerry Tuai has been sublime all weekend. So too has Servo Modanathangi, who delivered maybe the pass of the weekend, maybe the pass of the year to Jerry Tuai to help deliver that 43-7 result against Australia. He is the reigning World Rugby Sevens Player of the Year. He is the best in the business. Little Jerry's in the house.
Jerry Tuai, how does he do this? The king is away.
Jerry Tuai.
Jerry is one of the most humble people that you'll ever see on a rugby field, win or lose. He's a great character to have around. As a man grows up, particularly in a pressurised situation like this, he sort of develops different weapons that he has, and one of those has been Jerry's leadership and mentorship to other players in the squad.
He's a motivator, and everyone looks up at him due to his achievement in Rugby Sevens. He's a small man in the field, but he can do much more greater things.
He freely admits himself he's one of the smallest players on the international circuit, but you know, it's brave to put your body on the line in defence, but it's his bravery in attack and the cheekiness to take opposition on in real tight situations and do things that people don't think are expected of a player. He's always got something up his sleeve that he plays with.
He's the orchestrator. Oh, that's genius. That is genius.
It's an honour to be on his side in the field and also outside the field, and it's a big boost and help to the team.
Wow, Fiji!
He's just blessed with pace and ability to step on virtually nothing and create something.
Jerry Tuai, just one of another 12 threats in this Fijian lineup, about to do battle with South Africa for the gold medal. I'm Sean Maloney alongside me for the call in this one. It is a very good evening to four-time series champion with New Zealand, Carl Tanana. We've seen these sides go at it in Sydney last month. 2 points separated them, and I'm feeling a similar setup tonight.
I can just feel the vibe, no doubt about that, and they'll remember that last time in Sydney. They've been working away back in their home countries, and to get to this point takes a lot. This Fijian team, well, they've looked back to their best, no doubt about that. All tournament long, this South African team have really built in the tournament on the back of some of their young players. It's exciting.
Well, South Africa just snuck through against the USA in their quarter-final earlier today. Then they shut out New Zealand. And here they are again. Up in graphic form, Fiji v South Africa, our cup final. Here's a look at the last 5 meetings, and it has been tight for the most part all the way through. The match in Sydney and the match in Singapore in particular jump out because they were cup finals. That game in Singapore last year, Fiji led by 19. South Africa ran them down. Who are we looking at? Who are we keeping a keen eye on in this contest, KT?
Well, for Fiji, you can't go past Jerry Tuai. I think he really has captured that form from last season and why he was named the World Sevens Player of the Year. But for South Africa, I think the captain also for them has really led from the front. Stedman Hans has been brilliant for a young man. This captain's armband really has suited him.
And it's that foundation up front that Neil Powell has called upon that's delivered as well. Oosthuizen, Werner Kott and JC Pretorius have just been terrific all weekend long for the Blitz box. And here they come, the combatants. We began the weekend with 16 teams chasing the title. We're down to 2. We are back in Los Angeles for the first time in 14 years. It's been all done, run and won in Las Vegas the last decade. Previous to that it was San Diego, but LA have embraced the HSBC USA Sevens, and there is a look at Fiji's run of games here at Dignity Health Sports Park. All W's for the Fijians, for JC Pretorius and South Africa. That one draw, that crucial draw in the end last night against Ireland that has given them the chance to take on Fiji and just chew into New Zealand's lead at the top of the series ladder. We just see them grab bronze here in LA, and now a chance for South Africa to wipe some points off the series ladder deficit. Okay, time now for the anthems of both Fiji and South Africa.
First, the anthem of Fiji. And now the anthem of South Africa.
Sounds the call to come together, and united we shall stand. Let us live and strive for freedom in South Africa, our land.
Okay, formalities are out of the way. We have two former International Sevens captains in commentary tonight. Carl Tnana upstairs, Rob Vickerman sideline. Vic's conditions tonight are a lot better than what we had in Sydney last month in the corresponding cup final game. Who will that favour tonight?
Well, you've got to think South Africa, with their composure and plan, they're going to come into this knowing they've got to try and rattle the Fijians. It suits them with this type of climate, but the Fijians' whole game plan is they don't have one, and that's what makes them just so dangerous.
Looking forward to hearing more from you a little later, Rob Vickerman. And as many of you know, more often than not, when Fiji lift the HSBC ball kit pre-kickoff, they come away with gold on the other side. It's the good luck charm for Fiji.
Oh, that's been working for a very long time. They just show respect for the game and the people around it. So beautiful.
Craig Evans handed the whistle for the next 14 minutes. Our gold medal game between Fiji and South Africa. It has been so close between these sides at the pointy end. The pass forward decided by 7 points or less. Werner Kott ready to go. And it is now game on in our gold medal game in LA. Selvin Davids deep with the kickoff, and he finds some real estate, and that checks in a touch.
Oh, that's a good start for South Africa, and Selvin Davids just getting the lift. Timing wrong there, Fiji. And straight away they're in the 22 of Fiji, South Africa.
Tuai. Looking to Darren Olangi with the line-out throw. Good take from Darren Olangi, down for Tuai. Blatha, who was the MVP in the final in Sydney last month. With a couple of tries, he was the difference in the end. But T2 looking to muscle his way through the line. Good defence from Khans. Now the reloaded ball, and away comes Tuimamba, loses his feet, regains his balance, and he is working deep inside the South African 22, and now the offload for Vilimoni Butitu.
Oh, he's taking a shot too. His Tuimamba does not look good after that offload. But if Vakuru Nabili with the pass in his own 22, it doesn't matter where they start from. Here's the break after the offload from Vakuru Nabili. Tuimamba keeps his balance at speed. He stops props and gives it off to Butitu. But right there, just gets his head knocked onto the ground. A nice line by Butitu.
Well, normally it's the other way around. We'll see Butitu creating for Tuimamba, just returning the favour there, and it looked as though Tuimamba just fell awkward His head cannon back into the turf. That was the drama.
Yes, there was nothing wrong with the tackle from JC Pretorius. Just when going down the act of the head hitting the turf, unfortunately for Tui Mamba, he will probably play no more part in this final, unfortunately for Fiji. But they have a pretty decent replacement in Nanduva.
Pass all day, every day on that shot. Balatha with the restart, looking down towards Vakarun and Billy. Great take from Africa. Cecil Africa isolated a touch, but Fiji infringe. The penalty goes against the Fijians.
I was just going to see, Shawnee, the attitude of this South African team. A lot of the times I like to take those penalties quickly, but against Fiji, probably not the best formula, so they're just going to set their play and work from there.
JC Pretorius to Cock. Cock wide for Africa. Coming back the narrow side. Darren Alangi read it well and made the stop shot. Another penalty going against Fiji here.
That was a nice shot though from the captain, Darren Alangi. Just snuffed out any thoughts of South Africa trying to penetrate in the middle of the field, and again, see, very slow. Other Blitzbokker will go to the set piece line out.
That one not struck particularly well, and two eyes there to field it for Fiji. A bad miss from Sylvan Davids. Nanduva across the line, Balatha. Mothanathangi straightening through Mothanathangi. Batito across to the left, not required. Sevu Mothanathangi makes it a 12-point game.
Soon as he got this ball, he was just running north to south. Sevaloni Mothanathangi. The mistake from South Africa. And Fiji, what do they do with it? Straight through the hands. Watch the big man, second man in, and he makes a house call. This Mothanathangi just brushes off would-be defenders, and from there, none eyes.
We saw him deliver one of the passes of the series earlier today in their rout of Australia to Jerry Tuai. If you haven't yet, find it via our World Rugby social pages. He is all kinds of lit up in LA. Sevu Mothanathangi. Glover looking that direction as well, and he gets up but can't come down with it. He's the man who scored two in that win against New Zealand today. Angelo Davids helping to set up a charge from Sylvan Davids across the park to Stephen Hans. Cutting hard back in field, put down by Nanduva. The counter-rucking from Fiji's excellent. Two eyes on hand, no-look ball back in field to Darren Alangi. Finds Nanduva, goes on the switch to Mothanathangi. Darren Alangi on his right, he floats it long left though. Can they keep this rolling here through Mbulatha? They've taken it around about 80 across the park, still alive. Mbulatha needing support, is he? Oh no, they've done it again! Get right out of town. Fiji are rolling heavy in Los Angeles.
Well, they're a sight to see when they're in this mood. A nice break from Hans. The counter comes from Vakarun Billy in Fiji. The distribution from Jerry Tuai. Nanduva does extremely well to connect with his outsides. And then Mbulatha, one of the best defenders on the planet in the game of sevens. Werner Koch just can't get him.
The conversion on its way, and it's a miss, so the score 19-0.
Well, it's been a real feature on day two for Fiji. They just explode out of the gates, and it's just so tough as an opposition to claw your way back in. But if anyone can, South Africa can.
It was a good point you made earlier, Carl Tanana, that Australia didn't even play that poorly against them in the semi-final. They lost by 36. South Africa down by 19 here, and it's pretty simple. They've just got to be the next team on the score sheet. They won't be right now, though, because Oosthuizen has bobbled it on the floor. Says, hang on a second, mate. And again, another really rare mistake from Ryan Oosthuizen.
Yeah, it was a nice shot put in defence for Botito. I think it is the try scorer for Fiji. Got right under the ribs. He's been so good. Oosthuizen, all the forwards here for South Africa.
Crouch.
Werner Koch and JC Pretorius. No need to panic, but they do need to defend. They can't leak any more points before the half, South Africa.
This was the score in Singapore last year. And South Africa rattled home to win 20 points to 19 in that cup final. And now an error against Jerry Tuai. He's human.
Big play from Davids, absolutely huge. Angelo just put his hand over as that ball come out. Totally illegal from Jerry. Couldn't handle it. South Africa comes into the half. Just barking out orders. This is where he is so good at controlling South Africa.
Bind.
There is the halftime siren at Dignity Health Sports Park in Los Angeles, California. Penalty, South Africa.
Interesting attitude. At the start of the half, they were ready to go to the line out. I think they look better when they actually go fast. Suits them better because they have quick players such as this guy, such as Africa, but it looks like they're going to go to the setup.
Stephen Hans finding touch.
Fiji on the line.
Just short of the Fijian 22.
Fiji, line is yours.
There's the man that gave him that opportunity. Selvin Davids with that nice play at scrum time. Can they execute, South Africa?
Selvin Davids looking for Oosthuizen. Sets up in the middle. Comes forward, then goes on the fade. Good take from Oosthuizen. Down for Koch. Selvin Davids getting it wide. Fiji offside, will come back. Manduva hasn't yet heard the whistle, and now they'll go deep into the Fijian 22.
The offside, I think the call is from the assistant referee. The backs for Fiji. From that line, I can see them just sneaking out. Well, I wouldn't mind a scrum and foul, South Africa here. Options both ways.
Words there of former New Zealand Sevens captain Carl Tanana. They will opt for the tap and go through Africa to Selvin Davids, floating it long to Angelo Davids. He goes front on, no way through Malatha. Still with the blitz box though. Hans dummying and cutting right through. And Stephen Hans revives the pulse on this gold medal game for South Africa.
Oh, he is clutch, isn't he? Stedman Hans. Look at this here. Sells it hugely on Jerry Tuai, no less. Takes a lot of doing to fool that young man. And Stedman Hans definitely gets South Africa back in the mix.
Okay, the conversion is good too. And at half-time in our cup final, it is Fiji up by 12 over South Africa. 19-7 at the break. Fiji up here over South Africa. Rob Vickerman, you are behind the South African bench. How's the energy with them? Can they perform another miracle comeback in a cup final?
Yeah, the South Africans looking really composed, as you expect. They love their plan, they're sticking to it. For me, it's all about Fiji and their discipline. Can't remember many times in big games have kept 7 men on the field. So if that happens, it's all Fiji, but South Africa looking calm.
Bluther with the restart. 7 minutes to play in LA. Cock goes up, can't hang on. And this is a handy result for Fiji. That didn't carry the 10. Cock went all in on the play. Couldn't hang on. I'm Sean Maloney alongside me for the remainder of this one. 4-time World Series champion with New Zealand, Carlton Unna, and we don't see that often from Cock, KT.
No, he's been so good under the high ball, been so good in general play. Werner Cock, contestable there. That 4-pack has really led and been a calming influence. Those 2 young men on his left-hand side.
Tuifuaka into the action here for Fiji. Modanathangi off. Tuai with the tap and go. Free kick here with Fiji. Dancing in and around the defenders. Fiji probing. Bluther went slap, and then got cracked by Arunta, who taps it off the deck nicely here for Cock. Sylvan Davids scanning for options, almost getting through. There's room back towards referee Craig Evans. Now he drags his side forward. Good carry from Sylvan Davids. Good numbers across the left as well. Just as we say that, it checks the turf, but sits up okay for JC Pretorius, who connects with his fellow forward Cock. Away for Hans. Davids. Angelo Davids calling for it to be towed ahead, needs the bounce and doesn't get it. Now will fall for Fiji. Nanduva, Batutu across the 2-eye. Oh, that pass, has it gone forward? Knocked on will be the call there against Angelo Davids, who looked in for all money.
Well, he does this on so many occasions. The way Davids is able to kick that ball out so only his man can reach it. You think just when he's going to be able to run straight ahead, it just takes a wicked left-hand bounce.
White 12, green 1.
Picked up a pair in that big semi-final win against New Zealand. That's good refereeing from Craig Evans to catch that live. Little loose right hand from Angelo Davids. Fiji now with Tuai. Looking to Nanduva in behind. They've got Batitu back in his in-goal, deep in his in-goal. What can they create? 95 from home. Tuai. Nathungu switching for Batitu. Bakarun and Billy lost here with Sylvan Davids. Hans runs head first into the Fijian defensive ball, then Davids is on hand. Sylvan Davids to wipe another 5 off the deficit, and the momentum swinging towards the blitz box.
That was a nice straight line run by Stedman Hans, and the ball is so clean. Cock down bottom. Over the top is Davids. Vakuru Nabili just can't handle it at that ruck. Here's the straightening of the play. But look at this clean. It is good, and the ball is so sweet. And then Davids gets South Africa back into it.
Okay, 19-12 the score. Here's the conversion. It's hooked. It's a snap hook off the boot of the try scorer. So the margin stays at 7. This match living up to its billing. That the trophy for the winner, along with 22 series points. Tuai, lovely, up high. Down for Darren Alungi. Darren Alungi looking for some support here. Darren Alungi, can he go deep in field to Nathungu? Put down 15 away from the line. Tuai's there at the base.
Oh, green back.
He peels out. Nathungu. Nanduva calling for it out wide. Gets it now. Batitu is across to his right. He steers it across the park. Switches for Batitu. That look forward. It's play on. And still with Fiji, who are going to score through Jerry Tuai.
Well, the way Jerry Tuwai has elevated his play, as hard as that is to imagine, continues to do it in big moments. Nathungu, you thought he was in desperation in defence by Duplessis. Pops that ball up. Jerry Tuwai, with all that experience, just waits for the premium time to collect it and puts it down.
That's such a key score, with the game swinging back in South Africa's favour in terms of momentum moments ago. And now the margin is back out to 12. We've got 2 minutes 25 to play. Potentially a couple more twists and turns in this gold medal game. Batitu now with the restart. Batitu hoping that hops hard up the park. South Africa this time around will let it sit. They need to get moving here from halfway. Down by 12.
Still a long time in this cup final, Shawnee. They do not have to rush here at South Africa. They spoke about sticking to their principles. They have to do it right now under pressure.
Kelly Arendse. Hans late to the breakdown, but Craig Evans says Batitu was offside. Hans for Cock. Drives out wide. Goes in and helps secure possession. Penalty Fiji! Penalty Fiji! And that might be the match-defining moment. Off their feet at the breakdown is the call. Dry in support.
The contact is good. Oh, that's tough. Please. Very tough. There's no one there.
.60 seconds to play.
Have a line, lads. Line's yours.
And it looks as though this one is headed the direction of the Fijians. It'll be back-to-back cup final wins after they got it done in Sydney last month. South Africa with a steal at the line-out. Hans cutting across the park, beating Nathunga, going back in field for Cock. High tackle.
High tackle.
Hans. Dry. JC Pretorius demanding it out in front. JC Pretorius for Dry. Oh boy. South Africa are in. 24 plays 17. They've got to try and rifle this shot away.
You want no kick?
Really
no
quickly.
shot?
They've denied the kick, have they?
Okay, no kick.
They've said we don't want the conversion. So we will have some more play. And look at them go quickly here, South Africa. Craig Evans says no.
Well, if you don't want the restart, I can come back quicker with you.
Looking to up the tempo and catch everyone unawares there, South Africa. We will have one final piece of play.
Sub. What numbers?
A couple of late replacements here from South African coach Neil Powell. In the last 4 cup finals between these two sides, 7 points has been the biggest margin.
What about Branko de Beer? Comes on straight away off the bench. Time is up. One restart and he's got to take it. Here we go.
Okay, they've got to get a chase on here, the blitz box. Can they get up and get a hand on? It's well weighted, the restart. Up they go and back it comes for South Africa. Dupree taking on, going to the fringe. Duplessis holds his feet. 6 away now. Can they score and then knock the conversion over to send us to extra time? We'd love it. Hans for Pretorius, jammed there by Nathungu, big shot, penalty. South Africa, and it might be a yellow card.
Oh, it's going to be. He's asking for a number.
I'm quite sure it was Nathungu with the shot. It is high, and it should be yellow.
For a high tackle against 8 white. Yes. 8 white. Yes. What's your recommendation?
Yellow card.
Yellow card to 8 white. Yes. Number 8.
Oh, more drama. Talk about Hollywood films. Holy smokes. 35 seconds over. South Africa needing 7 to equal it up. One move.
High tackle. Stay.
In comes the experienced Chris Dry. Dry goes to the midfield. They work their set piece here. The blitz box. Dupree goes out the back. Bronco Dupree, a try. It's a try. And now there will be a conversion opportunity for the blitz box to level it up and send us to extra time. Can you believe it, Carlton Ana?
What about the impact off the bench from Branko Dupree?
Here he goes. Can he whip through the 2 on top of his 5 to level it up? Dupree sends it on its way and it's good! Oh, no way!
Extra time.
They've scored 12 points inside the final minute 15. Fiji had the line-out throw. We're going to Golden Point. A minute 15 to play. Fiji had the line-out throw. It was snapped away. And South Africa and Branko Dupree have forced OT.
He has got ice in the veins. What about Neil Powell in the sub that he made with time up on the clock? Branko Dupree puts the restart on the money, scores the try and converts it out wide.
Okay, he's going to flick this time. You recall
the conversion never looked like missing. The team managers taking the toss.
Edge it is. You can kick off. Okay, we just swap ends, you kick off. Perfect.
Well, Rob Vickerman will bring you back in as a former captain with England. What do you want to do if you win the toss there, and why do you do it?
Well, if you're South Africa, you want to kick it. You want to get Vernon Cock going route 1, trying to get that ball back. It's all about possession. You've got to keep it away from the Fijian ponds. You've got to try all you can. Desperation gets you through at this point.
Chris Dry, they can lean on him. 20+ cup final appearances with South Africa. And he's got help on the experience front alongside Cecil Africa and Werner Cock as well. Branko Dupree has been around the block a number of times also. Can you pick a winner from here? Who's this going with?
The momentum shifts are just so crazy in the game of sevens. Just when you thought Fiji had it in the bag, South Africa, and they've done it all competition long. When you thought they are gone burgers, they find a way to win as a real hallmark of their attitude.
Well, good afternoon to those of you watching on down in Nandi and Suva in Fiji, and I know it's the early hours of the morning over in South Africa. Hope you're enjoying our coverage via Super Sport there. It is the Dream Cup final in so many ways. Such brilliant quality displayed by both sides.
Time on.
In we go to Golden Point. It's Fiji who kick and get a chase on. Brought down by Dry. South Africa with first use of it. Pretorius. JC Pretorius towards Butitu. Away now for Makata. Penalty Fiji now.
On trail to knees 9.
Gatakonda. Butitu, a touch bunch for the moment, Fiji, and they'll take a beat through Darren Alangi. Now he opens up towards the hard-running Tuivuaka. Touch isolated. The bodies arrive to secure possession. Not much doing wide left for Fiji. Tambu buries his head in towards Dry, and they're up to it. And they counter hard, and they force the turnover here. The blitz box, Hans away for Branko Dupree, who's set up this run of extra time. Now they come midfield. And looking dangerous too. South Africa, desperate defence there from Tuivuaka, who will break first. Passes loose over the top for Dry. Dry offloading well in contact. Good work across the line. They've done it. South Africa have done it. The miracle comeback is complete. They've repeated Singapore in Los Angeles. back from 19 down to grab it in extra time. Oh, mama.
Well, in the end, it was the bench that come good for the Blitzbokker. Branko de Brea, a major part. Makata is the one that's going to score the winner. Fiji down to 6 men. So tough on them. Their last period of play. This is how they got there. The counter-ruck was good from South Africa. That's the turnover. And from there, the composure to be able to execute. Chris Try was big off the bench also. The pass over the top, and Makata gets it done.
Well, if you've got skin in the game, you are shaking your head in utter disbelief. Full time, South Africa claim gold, 29-24 over Fiji in extra time. I've just got to recap one more time for those catching this late. Fiji were up by 12 with 1:15 to play, and they were in possession. Okay, time to try and make some sense of the whole shebang. Here's Rob Vickerman with Neil Powell.
Well, let's make some sense out of it, Coach. You are the most composed man in the world, amazingly. Just talk us through what emotions you experienced in that game.
Yeah, I think a lot of ups and downs. I think that first half, so many basic errors from our side, not kicking a penalty out, just giving Fiji possession and unstructured defense, and I think we paid for it in that first half. But unbelievable after half-time, the guys refocused and just kept on believing in the system, and you could see that belief in the second half. So a lot of credit must go to the boys. They've really done well to chip away at that deficit in the second half and kept on believing until the end.
Well, let's talk about that. 19-0 down, 12 points with 1:15 left to go. Just talk us about this belief. Where do you get it from?
Yeah, and I think it comes back to our system. The guys know exactly their roles and responsibilities inside the team, and I think the message was basically, guys, just look after the system will help you out, and just keep your composure. Let's stay in control of the situation. If we put 2 tries past them and win the game, then so be it, but we're going to look after the system. We're going to keep our composure, and we're going to put the effort in.
Well, what a system it is indeed. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. That was just incredible. Luckily, you're already great.
Yeah, too much.
Well, the Blitzboks come up and grab their gold. Thanks to Pablo Sanchez, head of retail banking and wealth manager at HSBC, Tom Hill, chief commercial officer with World Rugby, and Barbara O'Brien, chair of the board with USA Rugby. Just as they did in 2017, South Africa win the biggest prize available in the USA in one of the most memorable cup finals we've had in a long time. They were down by 19 before rattling home and getting it done in extra time. Thanks to Branko de Brea's heroics. South Africa the Blitzboks. Here they go, the Blitzboks on time in extra time in LA. The gold is theirs at the HSBC USA Sevens.